So today's lesson, it's the gift of personal blessings. And we've been talking about spiritual gifts throughout the month of September. We talked about the gift of guidance, we talked about the gift of grace, and then some of you took the workshop last Sunday with Esther Nicholson where she spoke about the power of forgiveness. And she was kind enough to share her story with us, which was very, very powerful. And she talked about what she did to forgive people and how she was forgiven herself. And it was very, very powerful. And that's something that I'm working on. I work on that all the time, forgiveness. But I think it's something that we need to do each and every day, because I have learned in all of the years that I've been in this teaching that the greatest thing that we can do for ourselves is to remove the blockage, to let it go so that we have a closer relationship to the divine and with the divine. Because when we do that, we receive the blessings. When we are blocked, when we are in confusion, resentment, anger, or fear, we are not able to receive the blessings. So we need to let go of all of that. We need to release it, neutralize it, and dissolve it. And in this teaching, we have the powerful tools of spiritual mind treatment, which is what is being taught on Monday evening. So even if you want to just take one class to learn how to do prayer work, that would be advisable. It's very, very powerful. It really is. Okay, so now I want to give you a quote which I gave you last week. It's from Robert Bitzer, who I think was a very wonderful minister. And he said something that I spoke about last week at the end of the lesson, which I'd like to bring back today. He said, "I rely upon divine principle for my health, my work, my supply, and my good." And think about it. This is how it relates to your life. How you rely upon divine principle. How you practice each day becomes your reality. So what are you practicing? What are you doing each and every day that gives you something good to work with? When you want to have a gift, when you want to have personal blessings, when you want to receive the gift of blessing, which is what each and every one of us are seeking, there is something that we need to do each and every day in order to be able to receive that gift. The gift of personal blessing comes when we are united or unified with the oneness of spirit. When we are at one with it, that's what we teach here. We are receiving the gifts of blessings. And we are blessed by spirit each and every day. And so this lesson this morning is about focusing on your blessings. It's about focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have. You see? And I do this a lot too. I get into struggle and I get into all of the appearances and I get into all of the things out there. And one of the things that I'm doing is, and I'm so proud of myself, because this week I would say I watched about an hour of the news. And that deserves a round of applause. I used to, and that sounds like such a silly little thing, but I used to watch the news probably for an hour every day, maybe a little more. And I flip between the opinions of the media, you know, and one of my friends sends me emails about how I should vote for this person and vote for that person, and you know. And what I sent back to her, I hope she's still talking to me, I sent her back something that said, she said, you know, your opinions are in the eye of the beholder. And one of the things that I said was, and the opinions are highly influenced depending upon what channel that you're watching. That's where the influence comes from. It's the influence of the media. And the more that you really recognize that and understand that, the less you want to participate in those kinds of things. And I said, you know, your senses are always, we're just being bombarded with stuff. We really are, literally. And so to turn it off is just such a joy. It's such a joy for me to be able to just turn it off. I really feel good about that. So that really is helping me with my blessings, you see, because what they're telling us out there is how we don't have this and we don't have that, and we need to know what it is that we do have. We need to practice and focus upon our blessings each and every day. We need to focus on the idea that we have a blessing. We have a relationship with spirit, with an energy within us that is so powerful and so enlivening that it is blessing us each and every day. We just have to be open and receptive to it. We have to open ourselves to it. And you cannot receive a blessing while you are practicing your anger and your fear and all of your doubts. You must switch off to faith, which is what the next month is going to be about. We're going to be talking about faith next month. So personal blessings. Blessings, the blessing of grace or guidance, and today the blessing of personal gifts. When we focus on spirit, we are re-educating the intellect. You see, spirit created the intellect, and we are following the light rather than struggling with darkness. Rather than struggling in the darkness, we are focusing upon the light. We are beginning our journey today by beginning to focus on the blessings we are receiving. And I'd like to give you something to do for the month of October, because I believe, because I come from an educational background, and I like to give out assignments. You see, it's one of those things. A lot of people don't like assignments, but they really work when you do them. They really do. If you take a course in school, there are requirements, okay? If you go and get a job, there are requirements. We have them in life. It's part of living. And it can be joyous rather than tedious. It can be something that will help you, that will bless you, that will uplift you and inspire you. So I am asking each and every person in this room, including myself, to have a requirement, to require something for yourself, to require yourself to do something a little differently, to require yourself to receive a blessing and to focus on that blessing each and every day, to focus upon the blessing so that when October 1st comes to you, you are going to focus each and every day for 5 or 10 minutes upon a blessing, something personal, a gift that you would like to receive. I cannot tell you what that is. You must know that for yourself. Whether it be in the area of health, as Barbara talked about this morning with the wonderful meditation, whether it be in the area of wealth, creative self-expression, or relationships. Those are the 4 areas of life. So it is with this that you are going to focus each and every day upon receiving a blessing and upon letting go of whatever it is that you need to let go of. And I would also suggest, it's just a suggestion, turn off some of that news. You know, you may want to know a little bit about what's going on, but turn it off and begin to pray and bless people.